Welcome to Manly Voices.
Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Manly Voices. I'm Evan, also known as Manly Ankles. And that is Grace, my lovely girlfriend host.
Okay, I thought you were just going to say ho, and I was about to be like,
No.
Excuse me.
Missing a couple letters there, darling.
Yeah, I know, that's Freudian slip there. Man, I need some ho-hos, Twinkies.
We're playing Phoenix Wright.
Man, I'm
And
so funny, it's like a zinger. I got you to laugh. I didn't think you would laugh at that.
You've been making me laugh this whole time. What are you talking about?
I know, because I'm really punny right now.
Oh shit, are we actually in court?
I guess we're in court. We have, no evidence.
I thought we'd have a little more time to investigate. Oh well.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Can't have that now, can we?
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. Fun fact, my Edgeworth voice is inspired by a Mr. Crispin Freeman.
Krispy Kreme.
We call him Krispy Kremes.
Well, mostly I do, because one time I think Evan was talking about, voice acting, while I was in the shower. So he was on, one side of the bathroom, door and talking about it. And all I heard was, and I was like, what about Krispy Kreme? And Evan just died laughing. So then that's what I call him now.
Yeah. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
Jack shit.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir! I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir!
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir! Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here.
And the cause of death?
That body looks a little weird.
Yeah, it looks like let's say a bowling pin.
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blood object, sir. Probably a bowling ball. Because she was knocked down like a pin. Because it's, stick to the subject, detective. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
All right.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Can I see the evidence? What evidence do we have?
We have our badge. The autopsy report, death was instantaneous. Her cell phone with her conversation with Mia. The shards of the light stand, the Thinker, the wiretap, the receipt with her name, and the floor plans of the office.
Do we have a picture of her body?
No. We have her profile picture, if that means anything.
We don't have a picture of her body.
Why? What does that matter?
What kind of crime scene is that? Well, I was thinking, what if the blinds were closed? What kind of fucking crime scene is it? Like, that is, like data number 1 is you take pictures of the crime scene.
Well, yeah, they took pictures of it, but it's probably, like, quote-unquote included in the autopsy report, so we don't need it, per se, for this case. All right. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, why you just threw something at me? Bitch! Just throws it back at her. It's like, no, this is important. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
Okay, but you've got an ink stain on your face.
All right.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene.
Hold it! Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who.
Voldemort?
You're not supposed to say the name, Mr. Wright. The call was from
Now he knows!
Now he knows where we are. He's going to kill us all.
I'm sorry, that was a spoiler.
If fucking Harry Potter's been out for years. It can't be a spoiler at this point. I mean, there was a reason it was cursed in the first place, you know.
The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene.
Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue.
There were 2 people there already.
Hold it! Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
God damn!
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Hold it! Who is this Phoenix Wright you speak
How
of?
aren't you sure that I'm not the murderer?
Yeah. Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. My hair's not that spiky. I should pick my points to press with a little more care.
Like the points in my head.
Yeah.
I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey.
Hold it! Why's that? What's your reason?
Why? We had a witness account describing her.
Hold it! Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it. You said it.
Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. She's pretty and pink, maybe. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes. Gah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Should I answer?
Yeah. Yeah, let's double check. Death was instantaneous.
Yeah. How the fuck could she write a name if she was already dead?
How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. No dick jokes to be found except my name.
I hate my parents.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes.
Hold it! And did you find any evidence?
Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part.
I got a bad feeling about this. Excuse me. It's a bad feeling of my stomach from Taco Bell. Is there options? Okay.
Objection! You don't need to talk about.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if there was a way to turn the voice off just in case, but I'm overlapping with it pretty fine, so whatever.
I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body.
Hold it! Well, they talk when they yell hold it in objection. Yeah. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it.
Then who did write it, smarty pants?
Who? The killer? Miss May? I did. I kind of want to say the bottom one. Alright. It could have been me.
What? So it was you?
No. I'm just saying it could have been me. Can you prove it wasn't?
Objection! Hold on.
What the hell is that?
So you admit to this? You admit that you wrote the note? Listen to me, Mr. Wright. This is a court of law, and I expect you to refrain from making thoughtless statements.
Do we get penalized?
I
No,
hope.
because there's no health bar.
Amateur. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on the memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood.
You know, we know the statement we need to press on. Should we just go for
Yeah,
it?
please.
The victim wrote the killer's name.
We're gonna present. Alright. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. What? What's up?
Hey, Bert.
Oh, I thought you were waiting until I was done speaking to say something. You say that victim.
No, I'm used to interrupting you.
So you are. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote
Hi.
this note. That she was.
Interruption!
She was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. It's like Mia's ghost is just kind of like poking him. It's just like, you can't do anything about it because I'm invisible.
You're even in sex.
That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course you wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, detective.
Backwards? Strad crab?
The victim is the victim is the only loud cars. The victim is the only person who could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But
No butting your way out of this one, detective.
Order!
You're the boss, Chris.
Yeah.
The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Objection! Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? The day of the murder? There's the day after, right? Yeah. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
That's
No
like
way!
fabricated.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim
Edgy poo,
did
we have a history.
It's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something like this up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham!
I feel like you should say all of those things, but let's try, you're a sham.
Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
Well, shit.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent? Alright, that's the end of this episode. Next time on Manly Voices, we will question Miss April May and find out what she and her pink blouse are hiding.
Woo!
Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe if you want to see more. And also leave a comment on what other voice adventures you'd like us to do next. Until next time, bye everybody.
Bye.